and today I'm going to show you the best things to do here in beautiful Venice, Italy, including this amazing experience where you feel like you're in an Italian movie. Let's get started. But before we get into our guide, I want to give you all a little bonus for free. There is way more to do in Venice than I could ever put in one video. So I've made a map that has the best restaurants, attractions, bars, and more that were suggested by locals. To get it, click on the link below, and while you're at it, give this video a like so I know that you want more videos like this. Now please join me in Venice, Italy. There's so many sights here in Venice, and you can see them by yourself, but I always appreciate a local showing me around, and so that's what we're doing today. We're going to have a tour with the tour guide company, and this is going to be a 4-hour tour. We're going to see some of the highlights of the city. I'm going to bring you along with me and show you those highlights too, so when you come here, you can do it. You can book a tour with them. It's going to be an awesome experience, so let's get started. All right, one of the icons of Venice is St. Mark's Church right behind me. This was built in the 1100s. It was actually built around St. Mark's grave. He's right inside there. While you're here, this is St. Mark's Square. There's a lot to do around here. Up on this side, we have Bell Tower. This was the tallest building in the world for 400 years. This isn't the original though. The original actually fell down in 1902, so this is a replica, but it's still pretty cool and it looks pretty much just like the original. But let's go inside St. Mark's Church and check it out. Behind me are the horses of Constantinople. These are so old. They're made in the 3rd century BC. That's almost 2,500 years ago. Probably the oldest things I've been near, honestly. And these were looted from Turkey back in the day to show the people of Venice that we had conquered the Middle East. They were put right on the outside to use as propaganda for all of the people of Venice, saying, we are powerful, we conquered the Middle East. Look at these amazing horses that we have. Today, if you go outside, you'll see horses that look exactly the same. Those are replicas just to preserve these because they are really old and we want to make sure that they stay looking this good for more and more centuries to come. So Bella and I are on top of St. Mark's Church right now, and this is an additional cost with your ticket. I do recommend it though because you see all of St. Mark's Square from here and it's an absolutely stunning view. Behind me you'll notice the horses that I was talking about a little bit earlier. These are duplicates. You had a good day so far and she's been really good. By the way, you cannot bring strollers inside the church because they have strollers in the 1100s, so Bella's just been coming along with us in hand. But that's okay, right? Mwah! Okay, let's continue exploring. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do a gondola ride my entire life. They're really easy to get, actually. Pretty much if you see one, there's little areas where they just accept people. It's about €80 for a 30-minute ride, but I know it's expensive, but it's a gondola, like, come on. It's Venetian, so this is the way that the wealthy Venetians used to travel between their homes back in the day. Today, no one really travels like this. It's definitely touristy. Who cares? Look how pretty it is. You can see all of the beautiful streets of Venice from the water. There's no better way to see Venice that way, so don't miss a gondola ride when you're here. This is the most awarded restaurant here in Venice, and they serve traditional Venetian cuisine. I got a lasagna. Louis got spaghetti with mussels. This is definitely more of a elegant high-end restaurant, so this is a great spot if you're looking for like a date night location or a place for your last night or your first night. It's definitely a special occasion type of place. All of their silverware is real silver. They're not joking around with this. Like, it's definitely a fancy location. In the front when you enter, it looks very much like an Orient Express dining car, so it's a cool vibe. I haven't had lasagna since being here in Venice, and it's one of the options on many of the restaurant menus, so I figured this is a good spot to try it. That is so good. Creamy, and it's savory. Oh my god, I don't even know. It's so good. It's the best lasagna I've ever had in my life. No joke. I got an Aperol Spritz, which you can see I already heavily dove into. These are great here, by the way. They're way better than in New York. I don't know how they make them differently, but they're just better. Wow. They make all the pasta here, so you can definitely taste the difference. Absolutely incredible. Definitely come here when you're visiting Venice. Let's talk about some tips when visiting Venice. You're going to want to be able to use your phone as a tool for getting around and finding the best things to do here. And for that, you're going to need a SIM-free Wi-Fi hotspot. I recommend GlocalMe. It is by far the best Wi-Fi hotspot I have ever used. I cannot tell a difference between the speed of my phone now and when I'm in the United States. The cool thing about this is a very thin, sleek design, so you can easily fit it in a bag and don't have to worry about it. You can also put up to 10 devices on here, and unlike other hotspots or maybe SIM cards, you don't need to put that directly in your phone. Everything's connected right here. The battery life works for 13 hours. I just bring a portable battery with me if I'm going out longer, but normally you're not out longer than that when you're traveling. It's super, super convenient. So I got their U3 version, and this has such strong internet connection that you can do live streaming, you can watch TV, watch like YouTube on the go, which is really impressive compared to other hotspots. So the reason I think this is better than a SIM card is most providers for international plans, they only give you 2G or 3G speeds, which is extremely limited. This is 4G, so it makes it super, super easy to actually do everything you want to do on the go. It's just like the best. We are about to go into Doge's palace. This was built in the 1300s, and this is where the government of Venice was for many, many, many years. It's absolutely gorgeous inside, so let's go check it out. We're inside the Senate room in Doge's palace, and I want to point out a really cool detail. The city of Venice was represented by a woman, blonde hair, blue eyes, absolutely beautiful. On the top of this ceiling, you have a gorgeous mural portraying Venice. You can see her with her arms wide open. She looks like a goddess. She's sitting on a cloud, and below her are all of the enemies thrown to the ground. Talking about, you know, like a strong woman. I like how they're representing Venice in that way. It's really nice. Again, on this mural, we have Venice projected in a different way. You have the beautiful woman with the blonde hair. She has a sword in her hand, and she is protecting Venice against the rest of Europe, which is portrayed as a bull in this mural. I just appreciate them making Venice into a gorgeous lady. I mean, who doesn't love that, right? I'm in the Great Council Room in Doge's Palace now. This room has the largest oil painting in the world. It's called Paradise, and you can see it right here. Now this room, as you look around it, you'll notice that there's oil paintings all around us. The ceiling is covered with gold and even more paintings. So this room was used for about 400 years, more or less, from 1300 to around 1700 by all of the aristocratic men of Venice. As you look around it, you'll see all of the big moments that is what makes Venice Venice. All of the men that would come here made the decisions. There's a few cool things to note out. So Doge's is like the president, you could call him, of Venice. If you look around the top corner, you'll see every individual Doge that was here, except for one. Right in the corner, there's one Doge that has a black curtain covering him. Now that is because the Venetians wanted to forget him because he tried to take over the city and he was beheaded. So they covered him with black so that he could be forgotten. This is where the Doge would sit right here. It's just like the most incredible room. It's so gorgeous. Today I want to make some Venetian mass. This is Niccolo.
Ciao, nice to meet you.
Yes, and his family's been running this business. It's called San Marco 596 for 35 years, right?
Yeah. All the masks in general just for the eyes.
But all of these are like classic Venetian styles?
Yes, it's classic.
I kind of like this one. What do we think? We like it?
First things to do before I will teach you how to paint is divide your mask. I put a few points into the mask. And then I just straight a line.
Oh.
So inside every every spot we will put a different color, but not in the middle part because we want it's still white. You spread and smooth the color very well. It doesn't matter if the borderline is not perfect.
This is made with Italian resin. It's similar to paper mache?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, right? Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna do glitter, which is the best part. Wow, look at this. You're such a pro.
Now you put the glitter.
This is the finest, most beautiful glitter I've ever seen. It's like fairy dust. My mask is done. Look at this. My goodness. Yes. So if you want to design your own Venetian mask, check them out. San Marco 596. Now I think I need to get Bella one, you know, because you can't come to Venice without getting a Venetian mask. It's like a standard. So let's go get Bella a mask. Look at this, babe. Bella, you're so beautiful. What do we think? We're so Venetian right now. We're staying here at the Molino Stucky Hilton, Venice. This is the largest hotel in Venice, and it has a really rich history in flower production. This whole building was a flower factory in the 1800s, and I think it's really cool because when you check in, you get this little book that talks all about the hotel's history, and it has all of these historical photos of the flour mill and the people that used to work here. Like, this is them making flour. This is a real nice one right here. This is the men unloading the flour. Take a look at those men. See, even in the 1800s, they weren't afraid to be a little risque here in Italy. Today, it's been converted into a beautiful hotel with a great rooftop pool overlooking the entire city of Venice. Plus, they have a free ferry that goes directly to the city center. All day long it runs. It's super convenient. They also have a good rooftop bar, because who doesn't love a rooftop bar? So we're staying in the King Suite, which has a king-size bed and a little living room. And we were able to pull out the couch so that it actually has another bed for one of our family members that are traveling with us. I thought it was really sweet because this is our first trip with Isabella out of the country, and they put a little crib in there, which was super cute, with like a little towel that said My Little Hilton on it for babies, and then they have like baby shampoo and soap. Also, they have a free continental breakfast every morning, which is pretty impressive. We're gonna go dine in their hotel restaurant right now, which apparently is quite delicious. So let's go do that. I am blown away by how beautiful this restaurant here at the Stucky Hilton is. Like, this is called Aromi. Check out the view of Venice behind me. And then this is our beautiful table right here. There's even a spot for the babe, right? Isabella. She's been making this noise a lot. She just learned that she can make sounds, so that's the choice of the evening. So yeah, it's a romantic atmosphere with beautiful baby sounds in the background, but we're looking forward to a nice meal here. I'm gonna be honest with you, that meal was so good that I couldn't even film while I was eating it because I was just like jamming it in my mouth. It's so delicious here. I got this spaghetti bolognese, and my God, I asked the waiter, I said, do you make the spaghetti here? And he's like, of course. And it made me realize it's probably the standard in Italy that everywhere makes their spaghetti, where in the US, not always the case. Louis got the braised beef, and the flavor, wow, it was so savory. You had a bit of a vinegar, acidic sauce that really just balanced it really nicely with the savory element. I mean, no wonder this hotel is 5 stars, because 5-star food, 5-star hotel, I'm loving it. So one of the great ways to get around Venice is doing a water taxi. We're about to get on one right now. In order to get on these, it's not like New York where you can just raise your hand and they come. You have to reserve them in advance, go to a taxi stand, tell them that you're interested in riding one. Look at this beautiful one we're gonna get on, let's go! I feel like I'm in an Italian movie right now. This is very exciting, but I have to say, all water taxis seem to look like this nice. This is normal. How do I look? Does it suit me? Seeing Venice from the water is just a great way to see it. You can do a gondola, you could do a water taxi, but you gotta see Venice from the water. I mean, that's how it was made. Yeah, this is so cool. Ah. Look at this, it's like a little convertible now. So right here behind me, this is the only place where they still make gondolas by hand. Gondolas is an old art that they've been using forever in Venice. And it's definitely, I think, something that's more touristy, but I mean, we have to ride a gondola if we're in Venice, duh. Oh, this is a fun thing. So you have to watch your head because there's a lot of short bridges. You see this? So sometimes boats can't actually fit under these bridges because the water fluctuates, and that's one of the slight issues with Venice is sometimes there is flooding problems because Venice as a city is only 10 feet above the water. We brought Bella with us on this trip. She's doing really good actually. She hasn't really been crying, but the water taxi wore her out. She is fully asleep. Look at this. She's like, bye. By the way, Bella means gorgeous in Italian, so someone told us that it will only be a problem if she grows up and she's not gorgeous and her name's Bella. And I'm like, that's true. Italy is known for its food, so I booked a food tour with the tour guy. They specialize in showing people around the real local Venetian food scene. They're part of a larger company called the Roman Guys, so they have tours all over Europe and other various locations, but this is gonna be pretty awesome. We're gonna go to, I think, 4 or 5 locations. It includes 3 drinks, multiple tapas and other delicious bites. We got like a spaghetti dish, a dessert. Let's start this tour because I am starving. So we're starting off the tour with an Aperol Spritz. This is the most popular drink in Italy. It's light, it's sweet, it's refreshing, it's perfect for summer. I'm here in August, which is normally the busiest time of year. Listen, you know I'm a big fan of New York, but this is way better here. This is like sweet, refreshing. This is Giuliano, our tour guide. So we just got the first things. What do we have here? Tell me.
We have a mix here, eggplants. We have taleggio, that is a very good Italian cheese with pumpkin.
Ooh.
We have mortadella, that is a cold cut coming from Bologna in Emilia-Romagna, and gorgonzola cheese. Okay, then we have ham and mushroom, lard and cherry tomato, and then a meatball with cheese.
Yum. We are at our next stop. Here we have some bacala. This is codfish. Isabella, always having a problem. Kind of like tuna fish, but I would say a bit like turned up a notch, you know? It's very tasty. I mean, I could see that, like, it looks very much like tuna fish as well. Deep fried ham cheese sandwich. This is gonna be good. Genius. I like how with this food tour you get little bites of everything so you can try different things. It's better than just having like one huge dish of the same thing and kind of get to try everything Venice has to offer. This is pomodoro, simple spaghetti with red sauce. It looks really simple, and one thing that I noticed immediately when it arrived was the size. Now in the United States, if this was served, it would be like a huge amount of food. This is perfect because I can finish this. All right, let's do it. I'm so excited right now. Okay. So sometimes like things that are simple are just so much better than things that are really complex, and I think that's what you get here. It's like the perfect spaghetti. With that, I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of this because I'm pretty much, I don't have words to explain. So when we did the palace tour the other day, our guide told us about Caffè Florian. Now, this spot has been here since 1720. It is the oldest cafe in Europe, so we had to come here, check it out. It's right in St. Mark's Square, so you have an amazing view of St. Mark's Church and the Doge's Palace, and also the tower and the square. It's absolutely stunning. I will warn you though, this cappuccino was, I believe, 10 euro, so it's definitely the most expensive cappuccino I've ever purchased in my life. Let's see if it's worth 10 euro. Okay. To be fair, it's very smooth. I will give them that. I don't think it's worth 10 euro. I don't think coffees ever should be worth 10 euro, but I think what you're paying for here is the atmosphere. They have live music, which is an additional fee of 5 euro per person, by the way. It's a cafe since 1720, so you feel like you're in history here. The interior is classic Venetian style. It's stunningly beautiful. I think it's worth it to try it one time. Would I come back? Maybe. Maybe I would, because the atmosphere is so good. The coffee's good too. Not worth 10 euro though. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.